Was that like a soft launch of a trade request?
I mean, it was the most passive aggressive way you can do it, which, listen, we've all followed LeBron throughout his course of his career. That is how he operates. Like, sorry, it is a very passive aggressive way of doing things across the board. It's just, it wasn't a soft launch of a trade request, but it was more just like, we might be requested. It wasn't like that. It's more just kind of putting it out in the ether so that there's a little bit of that cloud hanging over every single decision, not just the Lakers make, but every decision other teams make. Because it's like, well, this would be a good team that would trade for LeBron or whatnot. And I don't think the Lakers would trade for LeBron. Remind you also, he has a no trade clause. So LeBron would pick who he would be traded to, which is also another wrinkle of all of this stuff. So it's really interesting because I thought for the most part he was going to opt out, was going to resign, at the max. I didn't think he was going to give a discount. I don't think players should give a discount. We never ask owners to give a discount, and these dudes are the greediest of them all. So it's not like I don't anticipate. I don't think it's fair to expect that from players in that regard. And I think, I thought that's what was going to happen. I thought he was going to set himself up for the next couple of years, be a good running mate with Luka. I think the pairing really can work between the two of them. The team has to be built differently, but I think that's where they need to go. And I think that's just a situation where I'm at. And now it just opens up so many possibilities.
Look, Mo, this thing is so fascinating on so many different levels, right? One, like you said, the LeBron no trade clause. In today's second tax apron world, it's really, really hard. I'm not going to bore you all with the details. Mo knows all the rules. I'm not going to bore you all with the details about how dollar for dollar has to match. And if you are in a second apron, you can't aggregate players. You can't put 2 for 1. In other words, it makes it really, really difficult to trade for a player like LeBron James, who's on the back end of clearly in the last 1 or 2 years of his career. One, I want to say, hell no, he should not take a pay cut, right? I don't think that players of his caliber should. It sets a bad precedent, right? And he's underpaid. Like for his value to the Lakers, his value to the NBA, he should probably be getting paid double. And I've seen over the past couple of years, and I've had critiques of LeBron James and how he's handled things. But if we're going to be fair here, let's be fair. We never asked Stephen Curry to take a discount with the Golden State Warriors. We tell them, hey, pay that man what you owe him and figure all that stuff out. Same thing to LeBron, a lot less sort of sweat equity. Let's be honest on apples to apples. This is LeBron's 8th year in LA, which is his longest stint with any team at any point of his career. He is more of a Laker than he is of any other stint in his career. And that part is amazing. 1 run to the finals, 1 run to the conference finals. You can say it's been a little underwhelming for what the expectations were. Now, if this is not a soft launch of a trade request because you can't move LeBron anywhere, then what is LeBron saying? Is LeBron saying, prioritize me and my clock over Luka Doncic in his clock, as in Luka needs rim running bigs, I need spread defenders and shooters? Is there a way for the Lakers, with the limited resources that they have, Mo, to give Luka what he needs as far as the rim running bigs, and for LeBron to get the shooters that because remember, Dorian Finney-Smith, a key defender, opted out of $15.4 million in a contract, and that's lower or higher, than the mid-level exception of 14.1 that a team over the cap could actually sign for.
I'll go even a step further, Vinny, because it's kind of being reported or words running around LA right now that they're expecting to lose him to Houston, which is something that might be an even more massive blow for the Lakers in that sense, because then they don't have a way to replace him. And then it becomes a situation where, hey, they could have brought him back and then went and find a center. Now it's, one or the other in terms of, what do you do? Do you go get a wing player or a wing player spread, shoot the floor, 3-and-D guy, which everybody's looking for, or the center? They're just in an extremely difficult position trying to figure out where they're going to go and how they're going to
Mm-hmm.
handle it. If I'm the Lakers, I am prioritizing Luka. He is my future. He is where I'm going. And I'm not trying to do that in a way that's also disrespectful to LeBron, because I also think that helps LeBron. A rim running center for Luka opens up opportunities and driving opportunities for LeBron off the second side, which is the way I think LeBron should attack and should go to work off of these things, and the way he should, the offense should kind of operate to a degree in that sense. And I think there's a lot more of those opportunities. Problem for the Lakers is there's just really no way to get better. The centers that are out there aren't great. And you don't know this about me, Ben, but like, if they sign DeAndre Ayton, I'm going to cry. If I have to watch DeAndre Ayton play in LA on a regular basis as a Laker or a Clipper, I'm going to cry. Like, there will literally be tears. I am not an Ayton fan. Long story. That could be a whole podcast of its own.
No. You can't open the door, Mo.
Okay.
You do not open the door. You tell me. You give it to me. Give it to me, Mo.
He is just so frustrating because he has the talent to be really good,
Yes,
but he
does.
plays so soft every time. It's a very finesse game. And I'm not saying I don't like the jump hook and things like that, but there are times when you need to just go dunk the damn ball, and he doesn't. And there's a lot, and he would almost spin out of a dunk to show you his jump hook or a fadeaway or things like that. Like, there's just so many things. Like, it's things like that. I was critical of him through his Phoenix run. I laughed when Portland traded for him and was like, and everybody thought this was going to be a big piece for Portland. Said that's not who he is. And now he becomes a free agent last night in a very weird deal in terms of a buyout, which I still don't fully understand. And I want to know how much money he gave back, because that's perplexing, because he's not going to get it here unless he's going to go sign for a max with Brooklyn, which, if they're doing that, whole more crap to talk about there. But like, it's just, I don't get it. I don't think he's the answer for them. And I just think for them, like, there's just no great options at center, and they're not going to have the money to go get some of these wings. All right, if you lose Dorian Finney-Smith, it's not like you can turn around and get Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Right.
He's getting big money elsewhere. Like, there's not a lot of options for them. They're kind of stuck in this situation where, like, this is the team. And I'll say this, the best thing for the Lakers would be LeBron demanding a trade.
Hold on. See, Mo likes to bury the lead. He goes and dips into the DeAndre Aytons and everything. And I was like, no, it's cool. And then you land the plane with, well, the best thing for the Lakers would be for LeBron to demand the trade. Now, are we saying this for the standpoint of the Lakers hitting the reset button to clear $52.5 million worth of salary so that you can go and get Luka Doncic all the things that he needs? Or do you actually tangibly believe that LeBron James is holding the Lakers back?
No, I don't think he's holding them back. I don't want to.
Okay.
It's the opportunity to reset. Listen, if LeBron wants to be there and wants to play, all out, like, I think there's a great way this can work between Luka and LeBron for the both of them. I think both of them can benefit with having a secondary kind of playmaker and ball handler on some sets. Sometimes LeBron's going to be the main guy and sets the action up, and then it's an opportunity for Luka, and then it's the other way around. There's ways for this to work. I actually think this would be a great pairing. I just don't think LeBron really wants to do that, is my feeling, in the way these things are constructed. And the other side of it too is, if that's those two, they need to beef up their defense behind them. Right. And that's not a shot. LeBron can be a good defender when he wants to be. He's 40 years old. He should pick and choose when he's going to actually have to defend. He's got to conserve his energy for a large part. Luka, he needs to find a way to be just not such a negative defensively. And I think that's an important aspect for what they have. And then, but with the situation where, like, if LeBron demands a trade, they can start to kind of reset and move on from this era. It's not that I think he's holding them back. I think there's a way for this to work. I just don't think that he wants to make it work the way it is, the way it would have to look for it to work. And I think that's an important thing and important distinction there. And then for the Lakers, kind of clears the books. Look, Austin Reeves declined the extension that they offered to
Yep.
him, which we all expected. He's going to be a free agent next year. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of things that they got to start figuring out. What do we look like in the future, and how do we build, for the life after LeBron and with Luka? And I think you got to start building that stuff now. And I think that's the important aspect of it. Like, I think we'll do the, oh no, LeBron demands a trade. This is so bad for the Lakers. I think quietly, this is a good thing for them.